raining.
And our first crash happened. Coolant problems. So now we need to find out why it boiled.
How's the sandwich?
Warm and soggy.
Bike is overheating. So the bike just sprayed coolant from this little venting hose right there all over me. There's like no clouds in the sky, and I'm like, is it raining? And so it's like, no. And it had sprayed all over my helmet and stuff, and I think it's actually okay. I think it's because of the altitude, I think. It was not due to the altitude. We put the bike in neutral and coasted back down the mountain to the nearest shop in Salida, Colorado. When we got there, the mechanic, Tucker, thought our issue might just be that mud was blocking up the radiator. We gave the bike a clean, topped off the coolant, and we were back on the road.
Sounds like it's promising. He wants us out in 10 minutes. I like the sound of that. Beautiful day in Salida, Colorado.
Unfortunately, it was not that simple. This resulted in a multitude of theories. Was the radiator cap warped? Maybe the switch to the cooling fan was faulty. Was the radiator itself on the way out? Perhaps there was something going on with the ECU. Or worst of all, was it the head gasket? By this point, it was getting late, and we realized we were going to be spending some time in Salida. Earlier that day, Zoe and I had met a woman in a grocery store. She had given us her number in case we needed anything. Later that evening, Scarlett and Robert came to our rescue. They picked us up from High Mountain Toys and invited us into their home. Got the two-stroke. See it? That is cool.
My oil injector is leaking, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the T7. It's Robert's bike.
Well, yeah, nice to meet you.
Hey, great to meet you.
I'll be praying the rest of your journey is
Thank you.
wonderful and not any more breakdowns.
Exactly, yeah.
Zoe,
Thank you so much, Robert.
nice to see you. Hey, baby.
Okay.
Adios.
Bye.
On his birthday, clearly he would rather be on his motorcycle than with me.
That morning, we went back to High Mountain Toys to check on the status of our beloved Beamer. Tucker had pinpointed the issue. It turns out our radiator fan was faulty. It wasn't turning on, and so we had to get it replaced. Unfortunately, the closest BMW dealer with parts was in Denver, about 3 hours away. With no way to get there, we had to wait in Salida for the part to arrive. So we made the best of it. The guys at High Mountain Toys were great. Even though they were incredibly busy, they still fit us into their schedule and got us back on the road. We met so many wonderful people in Salida. We even connected with a family friend who ended up hosting us for the rest of the week. Billy had finally gotten his fresh radiator fan put on, and we were ready to hit the road again.
There he is. Ready to go.
Ready to go. Hopefully he makes it up the mountain.
Thanks, Sam and Rachel.
Good sign. We're back on the road.
We're on Marshall Pass after leaving Salida, Colorado.
How long were we in Salida?
We were there 7 days, waiting for Billy to get better. Hopefully they fixed his fan.
And fingers crossed that actually it's fixed and doesn't overheat again. Because it could, because it's not that hot yet.
Utah's gonna be hot.
And Moab's gonna be really hot. So hopefully it works out, but got a fresh radiator fan in there. And feeling pretty good, right Zoe?
Yeah, well rested and ready to get back onto this adventure.
We were able to stay with a friend, the McKnights. Can't thank them enough. They were so kind to let us stay at their home. And that is honestly why we are still on the road, because everyone was incredibly kind to us. We feel like we have a lot of friends in Salida. Scarlett and Robert, Jason, Jeff, all those folks, just great people, and they kept us on the road. So thank you to all of you. You're the best. Right, Zoe?
Yeah, thanks.
We're repping it now. We got a sticker. Salida, of course, and then we got Rocky Mountain Guitar Company for Jeff, because he was just a cool dude.
It's so nice. Today the goal is at least Lake City, but we don't, now we're just seeing what happens. What happens.
Yeah.
It to the Continental Divide.
Marshall Pass, Continental Divide. Break it down now.
10,000 feet dance. I'm on the Atlantic Ocean. I'm on the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean. Pacific Ocean. Destination, Pacific Ocean.
Atlantic Ocean.
Departure, Atlantic Ocean. Okay.
10,842 feet. No, we go higher, I think.
We go higher.
We go higher. Delilah.
Salida.
Butter. What you do, fold it once
Is that what you do?
to make a quesadilla, and then you roll it. And that, my friends, is lunch. It's pretty dry. drink with water.
Drink with water?
Yeah, or eat with water.
Yeah.
So
lunch with a view.
where are we?
We are between Sargent and Lake City. We're 40 miles from Lake City, to be exact.
It's about 12:30.
So we will probably keep going. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it feels. We'll see what the clouds are saying.
The clouds are definitely coming in. You can kind of see them. This is out
Hey,
Colorado.
Jeff, you don't...
Colorado, it's like every morning.
Beautiful.
Beautiful views, gorgeous, and then around 2:30, 3 o'clock, the clouds come in, it rains. Rains like hard sometimes. And then it's back to beautiful, so. I'm in the good stuff now. It's really peanut buttery, but it's got good energy.
Yeah, that's because you need to, put it everywhere on your tortilla.
True.
Skill, We don't all have the skill. See, I fold it in 3 like a burrito. Now it's thinner, but I feel like I have more of it.
Packing up?
I'm just packing up, but also looking at what else we could eat. We have nuts. But Jeff has beef jerky.
What kind of nuts?
Protein pack. There's
Peanuts.
almonds, cashews, raisins, pumpkin seeds, peanuts, and cherries.
And I've been seeing all these beautiful cows out here, so.
And beef jerky.
Put one glove on.
This is a delicious breakfast. I choked.
Where are we?
Lake City, Colorado. We finally got on the move after being in Salida for a week. We slept at River Fork Camp in Trailer Park.
Silly. Yeah, last night once again, we had a delicious potluck prepared by RV people. Apparently, it's a thing at RV parks. They make food and everybody eats it together. And we get invited. We get invited and we crash it. I guess we don't crash it because we get invited.
Yeah. And yesterday they had homemade ice cream.
And we're in Lake City, Colorado. Headed to Silverton.
Cinnamon Pass.
Cinnamon Pass, hopefully, as long as it's not closed. But to be seen. There's cool mountains all over the place.
When we arrived in Lake City that previous evening, we learned that both Engineer Pass and Cinnamon Pass had closed due to the weather and some boulders sliding on the road. So we had an early night, hoping that Cinnamon Pass would be open by the morning. We packed up our campsite and filled up our tank of gas. At the gas station, we learned that Cinnamon Pass was still closed.
At this point, our only alternative was to take pavement all the way around Cinnamon Pass. This meant doing more than 200 miles on the road when we could have done just 15 miles through the mountains, off-road.
As we made our way around the mountain, we stopped at a viewpoint that had a map. And on this map, we noticed a route called Stoney Pass. It was shown as a route accessible to 4x4s. So we decided to shortcut our roundabout way to Silverton through Stoney Pass. And it started out beautiful, full of lakes and sunshine, and it gradually got more and more challenging. After a certain amount of riding down Stoney Pass, we were far enough that turning around was no longer a desirable option. But going forward was looking more and more difficult. I was having to get off the bike quite a few times. Eventually, we passed a Jeep, and we realized it might be a good idea if I jumped in with them and let Jeff handle the difficult terrain with a lighter bike. We asked them, and they agreed. So I sat through the next couple miles, a very slow and bumpy ride, with my new friends, while Jeff tackled some of the hardest riding we did on this trip.
Howdy. How's that next section? It's pretty rocky. Yeah.
It's like that for a ways. I
Is
saw
it?
that guy, I'm like, he going up there on his bike.
Oh, God. Look at this. Yeah, right? Yeah, I was very happy to have you in the Jeep. I don't think we could have done it without that. You would have had to walk a lot of that. You! Oh my God. We should probably scope this one out. That's a big old water crossing. We'll watch them go first. You go first. Yeah. Okay. Hard. Zoe had to ride in the Jeep behind, so coming up the mountain. They were from
Hunter, he's driving his Jeep. At times we were like this and it felt like we were about to flip over, but we didn't. I say we're 5 miles until the road.
not bad. Pretty beautiful up here, getting really rainy though and stormy. I am completely soaked.
Lightning territory. You see a biker. I
Where are your friends? Over there. There are literally...
Oh, look at that. Holy sheep.
Holy sheep, Jay! We gotta call the zoo or something. Holy sheep!
It's a fucking baby whale.
It's a baby whale! Holy sheep!
Oh, I got hungry all of a sudden.
Oh boy,
It
she's...
just hit me like...
Anything else to say to the camera, Zoe?
I think as soon as I said I was hungry, you lost any other content you were gonna get.
We hungry! To Silverton. Zoe needed this burger.
Needed it. It's almost 2 o'clock. It's 2:06. I hadn't had lunch. I'm well fed,
Well fed.
but I'm still wet.
Silverton, mountain town. Bike is drying out. All our gear is drying out. Busy town, honestly. But happy to be off the bike. My pants are completely soaked. They're not that color normally. And there's a Model T. Say hello.
Hello! We made it to Yay! Hooray! We're in Yay! Gosh.
It's raining.
Thunderstorms in Colorado. Who told me to come to Colorado in July? The worst.